Okay, there we go. All right, hello everyone, and welcome to the Alliance Live Show, episode 153. We're coming at you a little late night tonight. I had to go pick up my son, and I got held up, so it's entirely my fault. Also, we're going to have to keep it a little bit short today because, some of us have work in the morning. So, again, it's one of those things where we're going to do a little bit of a shorter show, and maybe that's a great thing. Maybe some people only want to see a half hour of this face. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine. That's okay. For those of you out there, there's this episode. Okay? But most of the time, I'll be here for the full duration. So we'll be back next week with a full show. However, let me get right into it. First and foremost, directly above me, finally making a facial return this evening, good old Maurice.
Hello, everyone.
Yes. There are people that have been having withdrawals. Obviously, they can see your face on other channels, but the people that only watch you here are taking a sigh of relief and a breath of fresh air tonight. And as well, we are being joined by Avinash. How you doing, the lovely Avinash?
I'm doing great. Glad to be here.
Excellent. Ranger is doing a bunch of charity streams this weekend. So he's a little busy. He's not going to make it tonight. He streams a tremendous amount, so I understand sometimes his schedule's a little bit limited, so that's fine. I'm sure he'll be back next week. Anyway, so let's just cut right to the chase. Mods are not exactly my favorite thing in this game. However, they're going to have to become... They're going to have to become more important to me because they are coming back again in full fashion with 6A mods being announced. So I believe the way this is going to work is if you have a 6E mod, you're going to be able to upgrade it to 6A, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
And you're going to have to do galactic challenges. So now they're forcing you to do galactic challenges to get the materials that you need to upgrade mods to 6A. So if you don't do galactic challenges, you're going to basically fail in arena, territory wars, grand arena championships. And because you're going to need 6A mods to be competitive, and most likely. I mean, you're going to need those additional increases to your stats. So... thoughts, guys? What do you think about the addition of 6A mods and the fact that we're going to have to... let's just start there. What do you think about the addition of 6A mods in general?
It's needed. It is needed because we need something to be able to boost us up, either a level increase or mod increase or something to be able to tackle some of the OP stuff that's in the game as it is. Because, when you've got like R7 characters across the board, the best mods you can possibly put on, and yet you're still getting one shot to death in some of the game modes, it's like, okay, we need something else. I like the idea that the mods need an upgrade. However, I don't like the timing of it because there's just a lot going on, especially with the new release of the GLs coming up and people farming like crazy for stuff that's just now being put in the store. Piet's not even in the store yet, so we can't farm him now.
Piet.
So, but it's like with the release of the GLs coming up, and then now with the mods, that's a lot to put out. But then again, it's getting towards the end of the year, and they want to meet their like money quota. That let's get people to fork out as much as they can so that our numbers look really good by the end of the year.
For sure.
So, yeah, I love the idea of the mods, just not the timing.
What do you think?
Well, we knew this was coming, right? I mean, in the... What is it? I think it was the relics, the initial relic videos where they're showing off the relic abilities and what they look like. They showed purple 6-dot mods on Jedi Training Ray. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, like Abby said, I mean, it's been so long since we've had any sort of progression in this game. Like, it's actually been a while since relics came. It's in terms of that, a lot of people have Relic 7 characters now. Relic 7 characters are needed for stuff, so it's time to move on. And it's a way to get people involved in the galactic challenges. Like I mean, we talked about it here. I mean, it was shocking that there was really no monetization aspect to the galactic challenges, and now there is. So they put in this new game mode, and now that it's a little more polished, we're out of the quote beta phase of it. So now they can really show us what their plans were for it, and this is what it was.
Well, at least it gives you some reason to do it, right? I mean, like, it's like, I didn't see a single reason to do galactic challenges until this, right? So, I mean, I was looking at, like, Barriss-Offee shards, and I was like, fuck that, not doing Barriss-Offee shards. You know what I mean? Like, when I saw the Poe shards, I was like, yes, sign me up for Poe shards, sign me up for these characters I don't have, right? But, like, yeah, I mean, like, I'm not going to be doing galactic challenges to get 25 crystals and some Barriss-Offee shards. I'll just sim my just sim my galactic war, and that's it. We'll call it a day. You know what I mean? But I just want to say what's up to DSP, Mike Yench, Darth Scion. We'll get to your question later on, Darth Scion. Thanks for asking. Just give me a few minutes. I do want to have some sort of Q&A segment in the show, and I'm sure that's going to be one of the few questions that we're going to get tonight, because we're only doing a half-hour show tonight. But anyway, so as far as the fact that they're making you do it in galactic challenges, I mean, are you, like, do you think that that's kind of like, I mean, obviously they have to figure out some way to get you to use galactic challenges, but I mean, do you think that that's like a cheap move?
I think it's a cheap move. It's nice to have it added in there. If there were other resources that they announced that you could also farm them, but well, we all know that they're going to bring it out in packs, and so that's just more money out of everybody's pocket. But so far they've only mentioned that it's going to be in galactic challenges, and I mean, granted, for some people, depending upon their account, it could only take about a max about 15 minutes to do all of the galactic challenges. For me, it's like rubs me the wrong way because I have multiple accounts. And so it's just, my time is rare enough during the day. That's all I need is to focus on that stuff as well.
Yeah. No, it just like you said, I feel like galactic challenges was just another, military might assault battles, like, that they threw in there, made it seem like this was going to be like some, game-breaking thing that was going to keep us, filled and loaded with content for months and years to come, because it was going to be ever-changing. I didn't see really much, diversity as far as the gameplay is concerned in it. It really just looks like the same old crap. And then now the way that the hook to get you is the fact that you have to get these materials out of it. I mean, like, I was kind of okay with not having to do galactic challenges. You know what I'm saying? I was okay with the fact
me too, yeah.
I had come to terms with the fact, like, okay, this is just one new game mode. It's kind of cool. If I feel like doing it, no problem. That's great. I can do it. Now, there's just another thing that you have to do, because if you don't do galactic challenges, you're going to fall behind. And there's already so much you have to do in this game. So I mean, I mean, again, listen. For somebody who always complains about new content, I don't want to sound like a, I don't want to sound. What would be the word for that?
Like a broken record?
Not a broken record. Like somebody who, who complains about something. Finally, when he gets it, he still complains about it, right?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I don't want to sound like a hypocrite. Sorry. I mean, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's. I do want new content, just new and interesting content. Like, and I don't think that, like, just forcing me.
Actual new content, not something that's reskinned. This is like a reskinned galactic war.
I don't think, like, forcing me to do some galactic battles, some galactic challenges, because the rewards are, pieces that I need for mods. I mean, like, that's already. Honestly, they should have never done mods. They should have never done it. Okay? Whoever came up with the idea for mods, thank you so much. All right?
Well, now not only are we going to have new mats, but, it's going to get to a point where we're going to have 20 different types of energy and 20 different types of mats that we have to farm for. There just gets to a point where how much is enough?
Do you remember, Maurice, that guy that developed his own website to track your mods, where you had to literally manually input all your mods? You know, and then he like 2 weeks later, like SWGOH.DG just created that, and then I never saw that guy ever again. Like, he never even spoke to anybody ever again. Like, he just disappeared from Star Wars. I think he quit the game after that.
Yeah, I think it might have even been like the Lord Skunk show, but I remember discussing it with him like on a stream somewhere. We might have had him on here. I think this is long before Operation Metaverse, so
yeah.
I'm not sure where the interview was, but yeah, it was like a big deal.
He had like a leg up on the mod situation because it was something similar that happened in a game that he used to play. Yeah. And then he kind of was like, oh, this is how mods is going to work, and like he explained, you know, and then he created his own like website basically where we could manually input our own mod data. Hey, what's up, Abner? And then like I said, like 2 weeks later, SWGOH.GG literally just took your accounts and just made it so you can literally view your mods right on SWGOH.GG. So like nobody had to do that anymore. So because I remember Wrath spent like 3 days, like literally entering every mod stat that he had into this website.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, I am not doing that, bro. I am not doing that. Like, that is nuts. You know, I don't even know how you do mods. Like, to me, it's just like, I don't get it. Like, to have to do that to track them, that'd be nuts. I get it. Like, but there's so many mods on character. Mods is so much work. Oh,
it is, and yet, you know, oh God, you know, all these new characters, all these different mods that we need to get, and yet there's no cap raise. There's no better management of mods.
I just want I guess that they have the option for you to like optimize your mods for you, but you can't really use that tool and be competitive in this game. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, you know,
right?
and it's like,
right.
you know, and so it's like it's just.
It's a good start, but then you need to go in and tweak it the way that, you know, either you need to for TB or TW or whatever, assault battles, whatever you need it for.
That's for somebody who really doesn't give a shit, and like, you know, you're just trying to throw the bare minimum in there because you don't even know what the hell a mod is. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, like, you know, like if you're like seriously trying to play this game in any kind of fashion, where you're going to be in the top 100 or top 50 or top 20 in arena or something, you know, you're not, you know, obviously your arena team, you're going to spend time modding, but I'm saying, like, you know, for other teams, like, you know, your lower level teams, it's so confusing to sit there, because I mean, really what you have to do every time a meta shifts is just take all the mods off your characters and reassign them based on priority. You know what I'm saying? And now when new mods come out, you know, nobody remembers their old mods. I mean, like, you know, you have to look through that, and then you'll see, like, and you'll realize, like, oh my god, like my HK47 has like this ridiculous mod, and he shouldn't even have that. You know, it should go to this guy who's now my most important character. You know, so it's like, you know, I don't know. I feel like mods is so. Like, once they added that feature, that's why my mods suck. It's like, if it was fun to do mods, I mean, my mods would be great. I would do mods every day. You know what I'm saying? But it's because it's so boring.
I spent an entire day going through, on one of my accounts, going through every single character. And you know, because, you know, back in the day, you put mods on thinking, I might keep this, so I'm just going to store it on this character. Well, it's been so long since I've looked at those characters.
Right.
And mods that I ended up selling over 300 mods.
Yeah.
And then I put them all together and I resorted them and put the good ones on my characters and stuff, and realized that I didn't have enough for the other half. The other half of my roster. Oh. So I ended up dropping like, you know, 200K in total GP because it was like, oh crap, I forgot about that part. I was just so enthusiastic and so into getting rid of all those crappy mods.
Yeah, there's terrible mods. I got to take them off characters, though, to delete them. And it's like, you know, the work that's involved. I mean, like, let me just put you into my mindset for just a brief moment, and then we'll look at the trailer for the upcoming Galactic Legends, and we'll discuss that in a minute. But when I think about doing mods, okay, every time, I think to myself, like, okay, let's do this. And then I think to myself, like, but I could play Rocket League. Or I could, you know, I could think of about a million other things in my life that I could do that would be more productive and more awesome for myself and more fun than doing that. I mean, like, you know, if it was like, if it's a, you know, if I'm sitting there doing my mods, or I'm going to go play video games with my son, I'm going to go play video games with my son. You know, it's just like, it's, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, if it was something that I could do in passing on my cell phone, or, you know, when I'm sitting here on the stream and I could just spend a half hour and do it, no problem. But if you really want to do your mods, that's a 5-hour endeavor. You know what I'm saying? Maurice will tell you. Maurice will spend an entire weekend reordering his mods. You know, he'll just, you know, order, he'll order Chinese food and just call it a weekend. It's time to do mods. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. You know, so it's a very, I mean, especially if you want to be good like Maurice is at this game or Avi is at this game, you have to really dedicate, you know, a lot of time to that, because, you know, again, it's you know, it's a tough, especially at the high levels when you're playing, you know, Kyber level GAC, you know, you know, the margins of victory, it's just a matter of, you know, a little bit of speed, a little bit of health here, make a huge difference. So it's like you're constantly like changing your mods out, upgrading, and then sometimes, you know, because it's become so confusing, you just gotta wipe the slate clean and start from scratch again, and that to me is a nightmare. You know what I'm saying? That's a nightmare.
Yeah, I think I shed a few tears on that one. Yeah, that was a lot of work taking mods off of every single tune. I mean, all the crappy ones anyway. I left the good ones on, but it was like, oh my god.
I'm just saying, I have like 47 other games that I can play. I mean, I've got like, you know, I mean, I've got The Last of Us. I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima, The Avengers. You know, I've got you know, this Star Wars Squadrons now available. I play Borderlands with Maurice sometimes. I've got Rocket League I play. There's, you know, I play Power Rangers game. There's lots of other games. If it's a decision between going to play some rounds of Power Rangers and play some live PvP battles, or sit around and mess with my mods, I'm going to do one of those other things. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much why I always push it off, you know. But, you know, obviously, if you maintained it over time a little bit, you know, it'd be a little bit easier. You don't have to spend all that time on it. But, I mean, again, I think that periodically you have to just, you know, spend a huge amount of time to adjust your mods if you really want to stay competitive. And, you know, that's a commitment you have to make. Okay. Hey, what's up, McFly? What's going on, man? All right, let's dive into this video. We'll take a look at this exclusive for the Galactic War Report, boys. Congratulations to the Galactic War Report, gentlemen, for continuing to you know, keep the Game Changer program alive, even in its death. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on this video, which actually is from their channel. So go check out the Galactic War Report. They have a YouTube channel now too. It's not just a podcast anymore, and they actually have some great content. So check them out. But here is the video, and we'll take a look at this here. No, that's not it. That's top 5 Mon Mothma. That's like so old. All right, ready? Here we go. Okay, so very cool, honestly. You know, for initial reactions to that trailer, I did see it briefly before when I was setting up the video, but I didn't get to like really, you know, enjoy it and listen to the music and everything. And honestly, that gets me hyped a little bit for that Luke character. Did you see that, like when he does the when he does the projection, like to his younger self, like that was kind of cool, actually. I mean, I don't know. I'm still more hyped for the Palpatine character, but that did get me a little bit more hyped for the Luke character, to be honest with you. So I don't know what that means. That's probably going to be his ultimate ability. He's probably going to do that. But what are your guys' thoughts? I mean, like, are you excited now? A little bit more excited about the characters now that they had the trailer? I mean, I liked that they're going to, the event is probably going to involve you fighting. You're going to be in the throne room with Vader and Luke and Palpatine. Okay, you're going to be in the throne room with Palpatine, Rey, and Kylo. Okay, you're going to be on Crate with Kylo and Luke. Okay, you're going to be on Tatooine with Luke on the on Jabba the Hutt's little cruiser there during Return of the Jedi. So they're going to be reliving a lot of like iconic moments from the movies in these trailers. I think they're going to like make this like an homage kind of to the original trilogy. Basically, just kind of, did you see that scene where Vader like looks back at Palpatine? That's the scene where where he betrays Palpatine. You know what I mean? So I don't know how they're going to play that in this game, because it's I saw that like Luke was like doing like whirly twirlies with his lightsaber, and that seemed like an action RPG, and I don't know how the hell they're going to do that. I mean, did you see what he was doing? He was doing cool stuff, but I mean, like, that's not this game, that's like Jedi Fallen Order stuff right there. So I mean, like, would be really cool if they did something like that. Like, just like, imagine they had like one event where you could like, they put like a little thumbstick on the screen and you could run around and be Luke. Like, that would be kind of cool, actually. But even if they did that for like 10 seconds or 20 seconds, right? Like, if you just were able to just run around and kill people with like the OG Luke, that'd be really cool. But what are you guys' thoughts? I mean, are you excited about it?
Yeah, as long as we don't get rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
I think this event will be a little more entertaining.
Yeah,
hopefully.
I think so. Yeah.
It is going to be the Return of the Jedi. They said that on that podcast. I think it's going to be. I'm not sure which event. If it's going to be both events, just from both sides, I don't know. But they said they're going to do something a little bit different with the tickets, I think, as well. So we'll see what they come up with in that department. I'm sure it will take lots and lots of energy and crystal refreshes and that sort of thing. But it's cool. I guess because I'm excited because I'm so ready for Luke. I guess just out of pure luck. So
yeah, I've just got to get Mon Mothma shards. I need to get her up to 7, and I'll be ready.
There's gonna be Mon Mothra, like the character.
Mon Mothma, yeah.
Like the character.
See, I
from
always
Godzilla.
think of. I think of Godzilla. Mothra.
I think of Mon
Mothra.
Mothra. I think of Mothra every time they say Mothma.
I do too.
I think of the and if anybody who watched Godzilla out there, I am a Godzilla fanatic. Okay, just so you guys know, all right? Like, when Godzilla comes out, like when they drop those 2 new Godzilla movies, like, I am the guy who waits online for 3 days to watch that movie. Like, I love Godzilla. Okay, so
oh yeah, you like that Matthew Broderick one from like
oh my god,
1998?
I watched that probably at least 100 times.
Any real Godzilla fan knows that movie doesn't count. Okay, that movie is not a real movie. That's not Godzilla. That's just some lizard. They actually put him in a Godzilla.
Gojira.
They call him. Gojira. They have a name for him, actually. The one that they did in the original 1998 American Godzilla, and they put him in a movie called Godzilla Final Wars. Which is a Japanese Toho Godzilla movie, where they just have Godzilla fight that Godzilla. So the real Godzilla from Japan fights that Godzilla from Godzilla 1998 in Australia, next to the the opera house in Australia with the seashells, and he literally just like tail whips him into the opera house and then just blows up the entire thing. It takes like 4 seconds. Like the guy runs at him, he just tail whips him into the other thing and just literally shoots like a beam of electric fire that blows him up. They call him Zilla, not like Godzilla. His name is Zilla. He's just an iguana. He's an iguana. He didn't even have fire breath. He ran like Usain Bolt through Manhattan. He was like running away from Godzilla does not run away from helicopters, okay? Godzilla doesn't even know the helicopters are there. They fly into him, and they blow up in his chest, and he's like, what is that? It's like a fly. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It's like he doesn't pay attention to that. He just keeps walking. You know what I'm saying? This Godzilla was like, they killed Godzilla in that movie with missiles. Okay, I'm not doing this. Anyway, I'm not talking about it. You know how passionately I can talk about Star Wars. I can talk passionately about Godzilla, too. I'm not going to do it. But I'm saying, like, so, but Godzilla and Mon Mothma, I don't know how I even got here, but anyway, I'm going to move on. So yeah, I'm excited about the Galactic Legends. I think we have a little bit more insight as to what we can expect from some of these characters. I mean, I think that looking at that Luke move, it looks like he's probably going to do that. Now, what do you think they're going to do with Palpatine? Because Palpatine doesn't physically stand there, right? Like, he's actually elevated by this machine that he sits on by his altar. Like, there's like a huge mechanism that holds, the Sith Eternal Emperor in place. So, are they going to actually bring that whole entire backdrop onto the screen for you to fight? Like, how is that going to happen?
I don't know, man.
I
do not know.
Isn't that an interesting question, though? I mean, like, don't you think they should? I mean, how are they going to do that? I don't know.
It'd be interesting to see how they incorporate Rey and Kylo, if at all.
Yeah,
what was up with that, right? Because, I mean, like, you know, they definitely have to incorporate them in some way. I mean, maybe they'll just be, like, whatever. But, I mean, like, you know, you would imagine that they'd be involved somehow. I just don't see how they can make the... I mean, the Sith Eternal Emperor would have to literally just hover there in midair. Like, you know, and then, like, maybe when he does his ultimate ability, like, you'll see, like, the whole throne and everything behind him when he does it. But I mean, like, you know, the animation will probably be really awesome. But I just don't. I'm just thinking, like, practically. And listen, don't get me wrong. I mean, like, when they first mentioned that Wampa was going to be in the game, I wondered to myself, like, how that was going to work, right? Like, you know, I mean, like, we've all thought about, like, how Jabba the Hutt could make it in this game. Like, he'd have to take, like, 3/4 of the screen. You know what I'm saying? But, like, the application here with Palpatine, you know, maybe they could figure out some cool way to do it. I don't know. I'm sure they've already figured this out, but it seems like, I don't know. Like, I can't picture it. Like, I can't picture Sith Eternal Emperor on screen. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
right.
Melissa Foster says they'll be incorporated. Trust me. Yeah, they probably will. I don't know how, but they probably will. All right, so let's get to Q&A. So we're going to wrap up the stream here in just a few minutes, guys. Maurice has to wake up early. And also, you know, it's my fault. I had some personal matter. I had to go pick up my son, so we started a little bit late. So we're going to be ending the stream soon. So if you guys have any questions you want to ask, any topics you want to discuss, we'll answer those questions now. I know we have a couple already in the chat. So if anybody wants to chime in and you know, contribute any topics or questions they'd like to discuss, now would be the time. So Darth Sion asked us, since CG announced the new slicing materials for mods are going to be in Galactic Challenges, do you think CG will increase the frequency of them? I hate waiting long times in between them.
Like, I think we're probably going to get them like we are now. What are we getting, about once a week? I would kind of anticipate that. 3-day events once a week? Yeah. So I would kind of anticipate the schedule they're keeping now. Because, you know, there's going to be packs. So they want you to get the packs. You know, so they can't give you too much out of the gate. You know, and over time, these materials, like everything else, will be easier to obtain. Before the show, Avinash was mentioned maybe adding some nodes to the table. Perhaps they add just like a whole new like level, like a whole new table for the second tier of these mats. A second tier, that would be kind of cool. Yeah. To make Galactic, so basically you're doing double the battles. Right. Yeah. That would be a good idea. Because, you know, when we could take mods up to 6E, those materials became tough to get. You can only get them out of the stores and stuff. But now, you know, you get them from drops from Grand Arena. You can get them out of the shard shop now. So, I mean, everything gets a little easier over time. For sure. And then McFly's asked, what's the best Rebel squad with Luke lead? CLS Luke. I'm assuming
he has to be meaning. He has to mean
JKL.
He has to mean JKL. I mean,
well, Jedi Knight Luke works with Jedi.
Right. So that maybe it's maybe so it has to be CLS then. Sorry, it has to be CLS.
Like best comp in the game or most realistic for.
Well, I'm assuming that he's probably, if he's worried about running CLS, then it's probably going to be to be competitive in like GAC. So if you're gonna, whatever he's talking about, Rebel Luke. Yeah, Rebel Luke is CLS. So yeah, I'd imagine like he's talking about for GAC and for TW. I mean, I don't know if you're going to be able to get to top 100 in arena or anything like that with CLS right now, but you could probably put together a decent squad to beat some lower level GAC teams.
Well, I think the very, very best team, or at least the one I like the very best, is Luke, Han, Chewie, Chupio, and 3PO. And that team will work with a lower star Chupio, and that could beat lots of stuff. That could beat Padme, that could beat Darth Revan. I mean, that could beat a whole multitude of things. And sometimes, I mean, you don't really need Chupio to beat lesser teams, like maybe the Nuke Gun Rays and some of the lesser teams you see, like the old metas, if you will. But Chupio is pretty awesome. I would consider getting him pretty early. Even if you're not going for Jedi Master Luke, I think he's still super valuable.
Why not R2-D2 with 3POC?
Or you could do R2-D2 as well, yes. R2-D2, 3PO, you can kind of, whatever you need there. Just the 3PO adds the exposes, and you just chew through teams. R2-D2 is good for the stat boosting, of course.
R2 is great. The thing is with R2 and 3PO, right, you have to make a decision because 3PO is also good with Galactic Republic, right? So if you can run 3PO with your Padme teams. R2, I've seen in the past a lot of people run with Rey Jedi training and that Resistance squad, but I'm sure that has adapted a bit here. So, I mean, R2 could definitely be in there. It's going to depend on where you need these characters for other teams.
Yeah.
But. Melissa Foster asks, best way to run G11 Supreme Leader Kylo Ren with First Order squad?
Oh, well, I mean, just I guess no different really. Yours is just going to be a lot weaker. So you have a Gear 11 Supreme Leader Kylo, but I guess you got decked out First Order. So probably just your crew, First Order Stormtrooper, the Red Sith Trooper, and Hux is probably the best arena team. Defensively, I guess if you want to run it in like Grand Arena, you can still run it with like Night Sisters, kind of like Hux, run Supreme Leader Kylo lead, Hux, maybe crew, and then old Daka and Zombie. That team's annoying. Kind of takes some of the focus off your Kylo. No, I would definitely. I mean, I'm sure you are, but I would definitely prioritize that over everything. Get him finished. Make sure you got the relic levels for him.
Is that you, JCBM? Is that like just another YouTube account you have? Maybe I didn't know because that's what it said. I apologize. Because it's Jace. She's saying Jason, and that means that's JCBM, right? Or Jacka or JCBM? Am I pronouncing that correct? Yeah, there it is. Okay, JCBM. Yeah, okay, I got it. All right, just different account. But yeah, I mean, like Maurice said, probably run them the same. Just you're weaker, so you're gonna have to compensate for that. But I mean, Gear 11, you'll probably get to Gear 13 relatively quick. So I mean, the problem is once you use all those resources to get Supreme Leader Kylo, it's having the resources to level them up. That's the deal with any of these characters. I mean, like you spend so much resources on getting the character, and once you have them, you got to spend an arm and a leg. Unless you spend an arm and a leg and get it done. I remember I used to do that. Like when I used to spend money in this game, like heavily, I would, buy the character, and then I would go spend, $150, $200 on gear in the gear store, and I would just refresh the gear store until I got all the gear pieces that I needed to get the character to gear So I think I did that on stream live for Ray Jedi Training. I had Ray Jedi Training Gear 12 the first night. Like as soon as I dropped her, I got her to Gear 12 that night. Took first in arena.
Yeah.
But all right. Yeah, I don't really see any more questions. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up, guys. I mean, sorry to cut the stream short tonight, but you know, we started late, so we'll be back next week with a full one. But you know, I had to go pick up my son tonight, so I got to call a little bit early. But I hope everybody had a good time. I definitely appreciate everybody contributing and being involved in the chat and coming out to, you know, watch us talk a little Star Wars. Yeah, you don't have to spend, Jason. It's one of those things where, you know, the game now is so set up for players that want to be casual. It is. If you really want to be competitive, of course you can spend money and you get Kyber but you can get Kyber and be really competitive in this game just playing free to play. You know what I'm saying? This game actually is one of the most free to play friendly games that ever existed, hands down. You know, I mean, they're getting a little bit less so with some of these requirements, but you know, because they used to actually give us like a nice amount of time to get prepared for these events. Like with you know, these Galactic Legends, we would have had, you know, lots of hints thrown our way months in advance. We'd have time to farm the characters that we need. It's really just, you know, you'd have to put a little bit of intuition into it and you'd be able to get there on your own. But now they've given us some time frames that are almost impossible for free-to-play players to get it done. So that happened a while back. But honestly, you can really have a good time as long as you're not somebody who has FOMO, like fear of missing out. You know, you're gonna be okay. You know what I mean? You can have fun and just do it at your own pace. And especially now with these additions of the new Galactic Legends, I mean, you know, now you really have 4 ways you can go. Like, and all of them should be competitive with each other, right? So if that's the case, I mean, like, you can really just pick your favorite character and just go for them. And, you know, if you're into the Emperor, go for the Emperor. If you're into Luke, go for Luke. If you like Rey or Kylo, and those are 4, you know, huge Star Wars characters. So it's actually a great thing for the game. But what's going on with Operation Metaverse this week, Maurice?
Oh, Thursday we got our stream at 10:30. Spent a lot of time yesterday off and on with the guys at RSG. They should be concluding, if they're not still going, very soon, their 36-hour streamathon to kick off their ACS campaign. So that was a lot of fun. Played a lot of new games. Played a few games with Crumb from CG. A pretty cool guy. Played a lot of Among Us. Played some Heroes of the Storm. Played all sorts of things with him yesterday. It's a good time. Hopefully you guys caught some of that.
Crumb's a good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, so make sure to go check out Operation Metaverse on Thursday night, 10:30. And there's a link in the description for that. And if you haven't checked out Reality Skewed Gamers and Ranger Infinity, they're streaming now, I think, for ACS still, or they're wrapping it up pretty soon. They've been doing this charity stream. I was on the Jedi Academy yesterday for the second half of the show, and then we did some Pictionary, and that was a lot of fun. Those guys do so much work for the community and also for you know, to help you know, with getting donations for cancer research. Those guys are all, you know, all about that, and you know, I really appreciate that they do that. And anybody who wants to support, you can go over to you know, the Reality Skewed Gamers channel, and they have links there in the description to, you know, to be able to donate if you guys are interested in donating to a really good cause. Nightmare, what's going on? What's going on with Boba's podcast, Abby? What you said that we're going to be having the link to Boba's podcast. She's actually been a lot more active there on that channel now. So there's some content. So go check out Boba's Alliance. That's also linked in the description here. What's up, JBU? What's going on this week for you guys?
Tomorrow night we'll be doing another roundtable, and so they'll be recorded. But I need to get you another link to where we're posting them, because for some reason we lost the link for our YouTube channel. And we've been trying to contact the guy that had it, and so far he can't find it either. He can't remember what it was. So, crap. But anyway, we've been, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's being posted on Boba's SWGOH Counters website, tool site. I don't remember where it is exactly, but I need to find it, and I'll do that. And plus, one of our other YouTubers, Dylar's Twilex, he's posted one of the last one on his as well.
Oh, Dylar. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So Dylar, matter of fact, Dylar recorded the last one.
Awesome. Again, there's a link in the description of this live stream and every live stream for Boba's Alliance podcast. So go click on that to go subscribe and check out their content. Avi and that team has got a lot of cool stuff going on. Nightmare, how did you know that was Jason BM's other account? I mean, I didn't know. I feel like I'm like behind the times here. Okay. Anyway, so I will be. I was planning on streaming some squadrons today, but with all the stuff going on, her picture. Okay, that makes sense. I was planning on streaming some squadrons today with everything going on, though. I had to go get a haircut, do food shopping. I had to run a lot of errands. I'm going to be going on vacation, not this weekend, or not this weekend, but the weekend after that. I'm going to be going to Chicago, so I'll let you guys know next week if there'll be a stream the following Sunday. I don't know if I'll be back in time. I may. I got to see, how things go when I'm in Chicago, but I'm going to be taking a road trip to go check out some cool stuff and have a little fun with my friend. We're going to go over to Chicago, get some deep dish pizza. We're going to go over to Milwaukee and get some cheese curds, and we're going to go stay at the bed and breakfast that Bill Murray stayed in during Groundhog Day. So I'm super excited about that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I'm excited. But I'll let you guys know how that goes. If I can put together some footage from that trip, I'll show that to you guys on one of the streams. But I hope everybody has a great rest of their week. I will be streaming some squadrons this week for sure. I just haven't gotten I have to pick a night, and if anybody wants to come jump on and chat with me while I play through the campaign a bit, that's what we're going to be doing. Thanks JVU. Yeah, it is pretty cool. I'm excited about it. I haven't gone on a road trip like that in a while. I've done local stuff with my son and stuff around here. I mean, we went up to Maine. I mean, don't get me wrong, a few months ago that was still a pretty good road trip, but this is like real deal, like 12-hour road trip, so I'm excited about that. I hope everybody has a great rest of their weekend. I really appreciate everybody coming to hang out. And we'll be back next Sunday with some more Alliance live show. Otherwise, stay tuned for more content during the week. And I hope everybody has a great rest of their weekend. May the force be with you guys. And we will see you guys on the next one. Good night. Take care. Definitely come out to New England. No problem, Nightmare. I'll come hang out with you.